So these were the basics that we saw, the concept of the polar double integral. Now moving on towards the sum. There are two types of sums that we are going to see in the polar double integral. The first sum is evaluation of integral over the given region. Evaluation of the region over a given region in polar coordinates. Okay, so now we'll take some examples where polar coordinates are directly given and you have to evaluate, you have to find the limits of integration. As we saw how to find the limits of integration, that concept we will use, and you have to find that limit of integration and evaluate the integral. Okay, so let us take the first example. Evaluate double integration of r under root of a square minus r square dr d theta over the upper half of the circle r is equal to a cos theta. Okay, so this is the question. The very first thing is the circle r is equal to a cos theta and it is only over the upper half. So first of all, we have seen what is the circle r is equal to a cos theta. Let us recall that the circle r is equal to a cos theta is this circle, right? So this is your circle r is equal to a cos theta, that is a circle which is shifted towards the x-axis. So let us draw that curve, right? So let us draw the curve r is equal to a cos theta. Okay, just excuse me for the drawing, right? So now you have to consider what they have given, the upper part only. So the upper part of the circle r is equal to a cos theta is this. Consider the radial strip. Radial strip, again you know what is a radial strip, right? So the radial strip will travel from this anti-clockwise direction. So now you know this curve is r is equal to a cos theta. This will be 0, right? And this angle you know it is pi by 2. So now this theta is 0 from here. So for you know that the region of integration is the upper half of the circle. You have to draw the radius of this circle, and then which will start from the origin and terminate on the circle r is equal to a cos theta. So the limits of r we will find out, and then limits of theta we will find out from this. Okay, so the limits of r will be, radial strip will touch over here, that is 0, and here it is touching the circle, that is a cos theta. So these are the limits of r. Now we'll see the limits of theta. Theta is equal to 0 and it travels up till here, that is 90 degrees. So pi by 2. Okay, so my integration I now will become double integration of, this is the integration that is given to me, dr d theta. So let us substitute the limits. You know that the inner limits are for r and outer limits are of theta. We have seen that, right? And then we will substitute this. So this will be, you can write this as a square minus r square raised to 1 by 2, and this can be written as r. So first you will integrate with r and then you will integrate with respect to theta. So let us find a simpler way to integrate this. Okay, so let us consider I1. You can do directly also, so it's your choice totally. So I'm considering this as I1, a square minus r square raised to 1 by 2 into r dr. So this is my integration with respect to r. We have a formula with us in integration. You can write this formula. If the function you have and its derivative you have in the multiplication, then the answer for this is, we integrate this way, n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So now for this case, a square minus r square. A square minus r square, the derivative of minus r square. What is the derivative of minus r square? The derivative is minus 2r. So your r is there. You require minus 2 to use this formula. Correct? So what you will do now, you will make a simple adjustment. We will multiply and divide by minus 2. So let us multiply and divide by minus 2. So then I can directly use this formula, right? So let us apply this formula. You will get n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So you have, what do you have? 1 by 2. So you will be left with 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 1 by 2 plus 1. So that will be 1 by 2. It is a square minus r square 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. Right? So this will be the answer for integration. Limits of integration we'll have to substitute, of course. So that will be 0 and cos theta. Right? So 2 will get cancelled and I'll be left with 1 by 3. Let us substitute the limits. You have to substitute the limits. Okay, first let us substitute the upper limit and then we will substitute the lower limit. So when I substitute the upper limit, I will have a square minus cos square theta. Okay. Raised to 3 by 2 you have upper limit and then the lower limit. The integration you'll have to substitute. So now we will substitute the limits. Wherever you have r, I have substituted the upper limit as well as lower limit. So I will be left with, you know, that is a square minus a square cos square theta. So that will be a square sin square theta raised to 3 by 2 minus a square raised to 3 by 2. So by laws of indices, this 2 will get cancelled and this 2 also will get cancelled. So I will be left with minus 1 by 3 a square cube, right? So again this 2 is getting cancelled, so that is a cube and this is sin cube theta minus a cube. So this is my answer for I1, right? So you can check back the steps. So first what we did is, the limits of integration was 0 to a cos theta. I used the formula. I made a small adjustment. I multiplied and divided by minus 2 and then we integrated. I substitute the limits. Wherever I had r, I substituted the upper and lower limits and I got this as the answer for I1. Now I will substitute this in equation 1. So my final integration I will be minus 1 by 3 whatever I have, and the limits now are 0 to pi by 2 because it says only upper half, right? And whatever answer of I1 I have got, that I will substitute over here. So this is the answer of I1 I have got. Okay, so now we will integrate this. Let me integrate this. So a cube is constant. You can take that a cube outside the integration, right? So now 0 to pi by 2 I have sine cube theta, right? I can use the formula of sine 3 theta and simplify this as sine 3 theta minus sine 3 sine theta minus sine 3 theta by 4. Okay, and minus a cube I have taken outside, so minus 1 will remain. Okay, and the integration is with respect to theta. I have used the formula for sine 3 theta. Okay, use the trigonometric formula of sine 3 theta. Now minus a cube by 3, let me integrate this. 1 by 4 will come outside. Integration is minus 3 cos theta plus sine 3 theta integration is cos 3 theta by 3, and 1 integration again will be minus theta. Okay, and the limits of integration are 0 to pi by 2. So with respect to theta we are integrating. So integration of 1 will be theta. So now let us substitute the limits. If I substitute the limits, I will have minus a cube by 3. So that will be, let me substitute upper limit, that is pi by 2, and then let me substitute the lower limit, which is 0, right? So I have minus a by cube, I have 3 by 4 minus I will have 1 by 12. Okay, and I'll have minus pi by 2, the upper limit, because anyway that will become 0. Okay, so my final answer I, if I simplify this, my final answer I of integration is 2 by 3 minus pi by 2. Okay, this is my final answer I of integration. One similar sum we'll see, a simple sum. This is again evaluate double integration r raised to 4 cos cube theta r dr d theta over the interior of the circle, over the interior of the circle given is r is equal to 2a cos theta, again the same circle that we have done. Okay, now it's not the upper half, it's the total circle. So again, whatever steps we have done in the earlier sum, same steps we will apply. Use the radial strip and get the limits of integration. Okay, so first of all you have to draw the circle. So the circle will be this way. I take a radial strip. Now it's the complete circle, right? Because they have given a complete circle. So this is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. You know this very well. So the angle will be minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay, 0. And this is 2a cos theta. So now the limits of r and limits of theta. You know that the inner limits are for r, outer limits are for theta. So for r it will be 0 to 2a cos theta, and for theta it will be minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So these will be my limits. Since it is a complete circle, in the earlier example it was upper half of the circle. Fine. So my integration I is double integration of r raised to 4 cos cube theta, right, dr d theta. This is my integration. And then let me substitute the limits. The limits are minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Inside limits are 0 to 2a cos theta, right? And here it is same, r raised to 4 cos cube theta. First you will integrate with dr and then with d theta. So first of all, r raised to 4 you can take outside the integration. So let me take this r raised to 4 outside the integration. So inside you will be left with, sorry, we are integrating with respect to r. So take cos cube theta outside the integration and you will be integrating r raised to 4, right? So r raised to 4, the integration is this. Now you can substitute the limits over here. So that will be minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 cos cube theta. 2 raised to 5 is 32, a raised to 5 cos raised to 5 theta upon 5 d theta. So now last integration remains. You have to integrate with respect to theta. Just take out constants common. You have 32 a raised to 5 upon 5 outside the integration, and inside you are left with minus pi by 2 to pi. Here it is cos cube and here it is cos raised to 5. So by laws of indices it will become cos raised to 8 theta d theta. Since this is an even function, by definite property of integral, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 can be written as 2 into 0 to pi by 2. Okay. So we have used the reduction formula. You can use the reduction formula for the same. So by using the reduction formula done in the earlier unit, the final answer will be 7 by 2, 5 by 2, 3 by 2, 1 by 2 and gamma 1 by 2. So which is pi upon, this will be 24. Okay. So my final answer for integration, if you simplify this, you can simplify on your own and come back and check the answer. The final answer should be 7 pi by 4 a raised to 5. This should be my final answer for the integration. Okay. So in this I have taken my basics of the polar double coordinates. Some standard curves we had found out the limits, and 2 sums we have taken for practice. So in the next lecture, we'll be taking more practice sums on polar double coordinate. Thank you.